Egyptian forces are trying to contain the aftermath of a deadly attack in the country's Sinai region. The Egyptian army says the militants had killed 8 soldiers at a military checkpoint and that 3 attackers had also been killed. No group has yet claimed responsibility for this particular attack, but the army has been battling an Islamist insurgency in northern Sinai for over 2 years now. In recent months, a significant number of policemen and soldiers have been killed in attacks perpetrated by an Islamist organization affiliated to ISIL. Well, for more on this, we're now joined by CCTV's Yasser Hakim in Cairo. Yasser, at this stage, any further clarity with regards to the casualties and the nature of this particular attack in the Sinai region?
No, at this point it's still the same. The number of martyred soldiers is 8, and 3 from the terrorist group were killed. The government is saying, and the army is saying, that they are continuing their attacks on the militants who have escaped. They're trying to get them back, and what happened is that those militants were using 4-wheel drives going into one of the checkpoints with booby traps inside the cars, the 4-wheel drives. They were confronted by the army soldiers who have tried to stop them and has attacked or shot at those militants, but the bombs went up in the cars. And this explosion had led to the killing of 8 of the army soldiers, and hitting back the rest of the soldiers managed to kill 3 of the assailants. A number, unspecified number, have managed to escape, and the army is now trying to locate their position and arrest them or hit them, kill them. But there's no more information out yet on any more details about the attack.
Now, of course, Yasser, we know that the Egyptian government has been fighting a persistent military threat in that Sinai region. What does this attack then suggest about the success so far of the campaign by the Egyptian government to rid the region of Islamic militants?
Well, what this attack shows is that it's still not over, that there's a lot of effort that needs to be done, that fighting terrorism takes time, and a lot of effort and communication, especially with neighboring countries and several intelligence services from different countries. And that's what the Egyptian president has been saying, that it needs collective effort with other countries. But there has been a lot of improvement in the last 2 years. Since the campaign began, the number of attacks has diminished to a large extent, a lot, especially around the country. The terrorist attacks used to take place in many cities in the country, and now in the last year or 8-9 months, it has been sort of cordoned off into one area, which is the North Sinai, and a portion of North Sinai, around 2 kilometers, square kilometers in this area. But this area is a desert area, and it's also inhabited with Bedouins and Egyptians who do not want to leave. The government has tried to convince them to leave, and they're saying this is their land for hundreds of years. And the problem is that the militants are scattered in this area, and it takes a lot of effort and to be very careful when cracking down on them, because not to get into the civilian areas as well, or casualties within the civilians. And that's why it's taking time. And it's also close to the borders, where a lot of infiltration has taken place from the militants throughout the borders on this area. And this is the number of militants is still not known right now, how many, but it's been there. They've been infiltrating in the last, since 2011, the uprising and the absence of security after the 2011 uprising and then the 2013, and that's why they have increased so much. But it will take time, and the leadership said here, the president said it will take time, but at least there is an improvement in the situation.
Indeed, it seems a rather complicated military scenario there. Thanks very much, Yasser Hakim, for that update on this recent attack in the Sinai region, confirming that death toll remains at 11 at the moment.